Welcome back to Living in the Pacific Northwest with Hal Byrd. I'm Hal Byrd, and we met up with some friends on the snow day and took a walk. We are at Geyser Middle School in Salmon Creek, and our friends were telling us they used to take their daughter here every time it snowed and spend hours sledding. But sunsetting, but people are still out with their dogs, their families, having a good time. So we wanted to be able to show you kind of what it looks like in the snow. We've got a couple inches, maybe 3 inches or so.
Yeah, 3 to 4.
What I tell people that are moving here is that we have enough snow that it's cute. Like the kids got off school yesterday, even though it hadn't snowed yesterday. And you can come out and sled, but it's not enough to be an inconvenience. Just enough to be cute, not enough to be an inconvenience. So we have total, I would say about maybe 3 to 5 days a year where the snow is actually sticking on the ground. Sometimes it'll snow a few days a year and it doesn't stick. By the time it hits the ground, it just melts. But when it sticks, it is knobble. Otherwise, you wouldn't see so many people out here. I also want to give you a little bit of a gear rundown because I don't think I owned any of this stuff that I'm wearing when I moved here 6 years ago. So we've got some tried and true gear on, and we're testing some new products. It is 18 degrees, feels like 7 with a 10-mile-an-hour wind. I did learn because we saw blizzard warnings for the gorge, and a blizzard is snow and winds that are at 35 miles, sustained winds, maybe, I don't know what I'm talking about, 35 mile per hour winds. So, it's not a blizzard, but now I know what a blizzard is. So yeah, 18 degrees, it's been snowing since about 8 a.m. this morning. We're a little overboard. I don't think you need everything I'm wearing. I know you don't because this is not like, last year that wouldn't have gone out in the same items. But thankfully, my husband snags deals for us, and so we have some cool stuff. So I'll start with the top. So, first thing I have on is this trapper hat. This is from Duluth Trading Company. They have a location on Jansen Beach, Hayden Island. I love this hat. It's a fleece lined. I don't want to take it off. I think it's fleece lined. It's great. Really warm. It like secures down here if I wanted. Then under that I have an Eddie Bauer. Oh wait, that's really good under here. So I've got a base layer, a Columbia base layer on. It's got, I'm really gonna expose myself. It's got this.
This is PG-13, lady. Keep it clean.
Keep it clean. Omni Heat, which is like a reflective material that keeps you warm.
And a base layer is what?
The layer that goes closest to your skin.
And what's the job of a base layer?
To keep your body heat in.
Right, and also pull the moisture away from your skin because when you get wet, you get extra colds.
Right, so no cotton.
Right, cotton. We heard when we were doing our homework to move here, cotton kills. So you want synthetics, and then probably even merino wool is kind of like our new favorite.
Yeah, and actually I got this thrifting. So I got this Columbia base layer thrifting, and I've had it for years since we moved up here. Then newer, actually brand new, is this mid layer. I definitely had a gap in my mid layer. This is a Eddie Bauer. It's just a black mid layer that could be used for a variety of things. So it's got a little elastic hood, which has been securing my hat, as you can see.
That's been working out well for you too, right? The hood.
Yeah, I like that.
And what's the job of a mid layer?
I just know.
So a mid layer, as the name implies, is the middle layer, and it kind of gives you some insulation. It also gives you kind of a separation between your warm body heat and the cold outside air. So kind of it traps the heat in, kind of seals the cold out, and then allows the base layer to kind of do its thing, and your top layer, which we'll talk about in a second, do its thing.
So now you guys can see from a behind the scenes perspective, when Jared says that he is still teaching me how to dress properly for weather, I'm a slow learner, okay? We'll show you a little bit around downtown Richfield. Now the rain's letting up a little. I don't even need my hood. And we'll show you some of the fall foliage. I will give you an update too that it is currently 55 degrees, so it's really not that cold.
We're big into layering, so if you live here, I'm still working on this one here. You know, it's been a couple years.
So then going to the outside, then I have this. This is a little, I would say, like overkill, but nice to have. This is also an Eddie Bauer jacket. It's a first to set jacket. We should do like a whole video of like all the jackets.
Yes, and if you happen to, be affiliated with some clothing and gear companies, let us know, because we are in the beautiful Northwest and love gear, especially the stuff that works and makes sense. So this coat is especially a big fan of it because it just has all the features. It actually has like a jacket within a jacket.
So it's got a zipper, and then I can also pull it. But it's got, to me, one of the things I like, a lot of women's jackets don't have great pockets, but I have internal zip pockets. I have pockets that go, you can access from the side, but also from the top.
And speaking of gloves, I see your hands are lit up like you're Iron Man. So what the heck is going on there?
So this is a new product we're testing. Jared got a deal on these. These are Eddie Bauer Climate gloves. So they're heated gloves. They have a battery pack inside of them. They also have a little pocket to secure a card or a key. And so we're testing these out.
Yes, so these are waterproof gloves. And like Hal said, they actually have a rechargeable battery pack along with a Bluetooth app that allows you to adjust the heat of the gloves and monitor the batteries and all kind of futuristic jets and stuff. But how's it feel considering it's 18 degrees?
They feel great. I actually think I might want them a wee bit warmer.
Okay.
Because they just started to get cold, but I had my hands outside and
Gotcha.
Now my chin's cold.
Gotcha.
Then on the pants, these are Duluth. They're actually fleece-lined pants, and under them I'm wearing the same Columbia base layer. It's a matching Columbia base layer. It also has Omni Heat. If it was just maybe like 30, 25, I'd probably just wear the fleece-lined Duluth like I did earlier this morning when we went out for showing. But now that the sun's setting, it's getting colder, and you never know what happens when you go out we're in the suburbs, we're out with friends, but you just never know if you're gonna have to spend an extended amount of time outside. So I added the Omni Heat Columbia base layer. And then these Duluth pants are fantastic. I love them. I have 2 pairs of them. I've probably had these for like 3 years.
So kind of like the same as with the upper body. When the conditions are like this, you want to layer, right? So you have a base layer. In this case, I used to call them long johns growing up and back in the old days, but it serves the same purpose. And then preferably like a water-resistant, wind-resistant pant with some lining is even better when it's this cold. And then what do you got on your feet? We're kind of losing the light a little bit, but we'll do the best we can.
These are insulated Columbia boots. I think these are called the Bugaboos.
The Bugaboos.
So they're a great cold weather boot. They're insulated. They've got great traction. It's super comfortable to walk in. All of my Columbia boots have more expensive boots, but the Columbia ones I think are the most comfortable out of the box. Like I don't even have to break them in.
Yeah, they're almost like a hiking, like most of the Columbia stuff is almost like a hiking boot. So super comfortable, easy on your feet. You can walk a million miles in them, and they're waterproof and insulated. Also, regarding these boots, they have 200 grams of insulation. So when you get into insulated boots, typically the better ones will tell you how much insulation, because you have everywhere from no insulation up to, I think I've seen 600 grams of insulation. So, you can kind of dial it in based on your conditions.
I'm wearing Darn Tough socks.
Darn Tough socks, one of our favorite wool socks for the win. So, and then I'll come like this. So, again, just want to give you a little kind of gear tour. Such a. Anywho, but I want to give you kind of a little idea of what to get for conditions like this, snowy, icy. This is probably one of the coldest days of the year. One of the hacks that I have fun with, because I love gear, I love the technology, I'm learning about it, and getting my lady here stuff. But one of the hacks is to find stuff all season. So like with her Bugaboots, got them on the Columbia website for probably over 50% off. And same thing with most of the gear that we're wearing. So again, you can save a lot of money and still get kind of top of the line, relevant. The main thing I would say is get outside. Days like this, don't let them go I enjoy from inside the house, which we certainly did.
The saying, the Scandinavian saying that we took.
There's no such thing as bad weather.
Only poor choice of clothing.
We'll get out of here. Ciao.